TEKS 5A, Distributive Property Notes. So the vocabulary distribute means to multiply. Let me grab my pen. Means to multiply a number outside of the parentheses by the numbers inside. Our rule looks like this. So this is a general rule for distributive property. If I have A times B plus C, if I distribute my A, so I'm multiplying, I get A times B plus A times C. So that's my rule for this one. So let's look at an example. Okay, so example 1 says 5 and then in parentheses n plus 5. So I'm going to distribute that 5. So I'm multiplying that 5. So my distribute part would be 5n and 5 times 5, which is 25. So when I'm writing my answer, I just combine it. 5n plus 25. See how I wrote them together? I did 5 times n, which is 5n, and 5 times 5, which is 25. Okay, so let's do the same thing for example 2. I have 10n being multiplied by n and 10n being multiplied by negative 4. So 10n times n is equal to 10n squared. If we multiply two variables together, they become squared. Next, I have 10n times negative 4, which is equal to 10 times negative 4, which is negative 40, and I carry that n over. So my answer is going to be 10n squared minus 40n. Okay, example 3. I'm going to take this negative 3. Notice that's the first thing outside of the parentheses. And I'm going to distribute it in. So I have negative 3 times n, which equals negative 3n. And negative 3 times 4, which equals negative 12. Notice I still have a 2 in there. So let me change my colors. Let me make it maybe blue. So this 2n is just going to be brought down into my equation. So I had 2n minus 3n from here minus 12. And then notice I now have to combine like terms. Remember when we were combining like terms yesterday? Anything that has the same variable, we're either going to add or subtract together. So I have 2n minus 3n, which becomes negative 1n. And then I bring down that 12 because it's all by itself, negative 12. So that is our answer, negative 1n minus 12. Okay, last example here. Notice I do not have a number outside the parentheses. I just have that negative sign. If you have a negative sign outside the parentheses, we're going to assume that is a negative 1. So I'm going to multiply negative 1 by everything inside the parentheses. So I have negative 1 times n, which is equal to negative 1n, and negative 1 times negative 3, which equals 3. I still have a number outside, so I need to bring that down. So I have negative 5n minus 1n from here plus 3. And now we need to combine like terms. So when I combine like terms, I have negative 5n and negative 1n. Since they're both negative, we're going to add them. So I have negative 6n and then bring down the 3. So that's our answer.